I left Afghanistan on August 21st, 2021 at 11 p.m. after receiving a call to come to the airport within 2 hours. It was a chaos. I was wondering how to share that news with my parents. And I was thinking, if I leave, who will support them? And who will take care of them as they grow older? And I was thinking, if I stay, will I still have the chance to work and provide for them? I had to make a quick decision. I had only 2 hours. I walked to my parents. They were watching the news. And they were saying that the Taliban started searching houses and they're looking for military members, educators, and social activists. My fear grew, and I shared the call details with my parents. Silence filled the room. My dad gave me a small nod. My mom didn't say much. She simply removed her ring, the one that she had it for 55 years, and she handed it to me and told me, sell it whenever you need it. The sadness was too heavy to bear. I couldn't see in their eyes. I turned away, grabbed my backpack, and walked out to a night darker and quieter than any other night. On the way to the airport, I was thinking with myself, when my whole body plus my face was covered and it made breathing hard for me. I was saying, okay, I'm leaving, but what about all other girls who are staying in this country? How much longer will they breathe with covered face? Those thoughts and those dark and quiet nights took me to a morning where I found myself in Abu Dhabi's refugee camp. I spent 14 months of my life in a camp covered entirely with white. White wall, white bed. Even the food was coming in white containers. And we were not allowed to go out to feel the sun or take some fresh air. And every morning, a new rumor. Australians are taking the refugees out. No, it's the European. No, the US will take the refugees out. But nobody knew what their final destination would be. One morning, surprisingly, I received an email saying that the wait is over and soon I'm going to receive my tickets for the United States. Wow. I was excited and made a long trip from Abu Dhabi to Qatar, from the Qatar to Dallas airport. One of the refugee agencies took me from the airport and dropped me at my relative's house. And they clearly told me that their priority is family and children. As an individual, I have to find my own way. Wow, that was not what I expected. Well, I was tired and exhausted and slept till midday. When I woke up, I walked to the balcony. Outside was beautiful. The blue sky, the tall plane trees. I felt the sun on my shoulders and the wind in my hair, and I cried. I cried for being strong all this time in Abu Dhabi camp. I cried for being away from my family and friends, and I cried for having an uncertain future. Well, I walked back inside and I cried myself to sleep. When I woke up, I felt emptiness. And I thought something is missing. And since I was depressed, I took a Zoloft. I'm a Zoloft girl. Well, yeah, I know some of you are. So, well, I was thinking that, okay, this is a new country, and you have to establish yourself. How can you do it? I contact my only friend, Sylvia, who lives in Boston, and I know her through my sister. Sylvia knew me so well. She knew I went through a lot since leaving Afghanistan. She helped me to join a local gym. She introduced me to her friends to help me with my resume and creating a LinkedIn account. She also introduced me to one of her friends who had extra space in their basement in DC. And soon, I moved to my new space. My new American family welcomed me with open arms. They introduced me to the neighborhood, and for the first night, they ordered some Afghan food. that I still remember the smell and the first bite. Guess what? They took me to Super Walmart. Oh my God, that was really huge. You could find 10 types of milk, where back home you can only see one type. Or you can see 10 types of cheese that I still cannot pronounce the name. I started cooking for myself. It never came like my mom's food, but each time when I was cooking, I was tapping my shoulder and I was saying to myself, girl, you become such a good cook. As my life was getting busy in DC, but I still was in touch with my family and friends in Afghanistan. And each call broke my heart. They were crying, there is no education, there is no job, and there's no future. I was sad for those girls, but I was mad at the Taliban for snatching their freedom. Well, today I'm approaching to my third year here. I'm having my own car, I'm having a library card, I'm having a voice and a mission. But when I look back to those girls back home in the country, they lost everything, including their voices and their silence. And I knew that as an educator, I cannot stay silent. One day, I called my friend and I said, hey, we have to do something. I cannot stay quiet anymore. And that call ended with a decision to run an online school for girls in Afghanistan and name it Zama Sabah, which means my future. Well, I still remember the night that I left Afghanistan. The silence of the room, the sadness in my dad's eyes, and my mom's unforgettable sentence, sell it if you need it. I never sold it. I carry it with me wherever I go. It's big, it has a tip on it. I will never make it smaller, but I will keep it as a symbol of why I left. For freedom, for education, and for being the one who brings change in Afghan girls' community. Thank you.